Hi everybody. This is a video I was trying to avoid making again, but I kind of have to here because now I am legitimately annoyed. Because, what happens here when I try to get on with this channel and get it where I want it to go and I know where most of you want to go because that's what you tell me. I keep getting inundated with these messages from these jealous haters who are trying to throw me off, who are saying, I'm being a whore, that I'm in it for the money, and you know what? I've called this out many times as a warning to everybody about social media, especially on YouTube, more so on Facebook. But, it all generates from here because this is where the channel is, obviously. And every time I start putting out a lot of content, I get these messages trying to throw me off. And the problem is, as much good as these channels do, it is still a homing beacon for your covert narcissist who's hanging out here, sitting back in the weeds, trying to absorb information to use against people. And, it's unfortunate because I see what happens from time to time on my channel, on certain videos, and the fights that go on. And nobody should be fighting on this channel. Nobody. If you think somebody's story isn't to be believed, well, then that's up to you. Do I necessarily have a problem with you saying don't really believe this one? No. But there's other things that go on where there's fighting and it just gets nasty and people expose themselves. And, I know most of you think like I'm just this expert and, I do know a lot about this and I do put it in a way in plain English to, to make it clear for everybody because I think I'm speaking the way most people speak and I put it in a way for people to understand. And when you speak clearly like this and when you speak directly like this, the people who are hiding in the weeds, the narcissists who are hiding in the weeds, trying to absorb information, I think they actually believe that I'm talking directly to them. A lot of times I am not saying I'm talking to you who I know is watching this channel hiding in the weeds. But the narcissist problem is so deep that you can watch one of my videos and they in their mind think I'm talking directly to you, I know, and that's where I think the backlash comes out of. That narcissistic paranoia that drives these narcissists throughout their lives. And, as confident as I am on this channel and in the things I say, I have to admit, when certain people come at me, and not even certain people, when you keep getting these messages that I'm going to unsubscribe and you're in it for the money, and, you can't help it. It's human nature based on, what I went through in my life. And I know a lot of you can relate to this, that, oh, does everybody think this? So a lot of times I will go into like my own little hole and shut down. And that's why you might not see a video for a couple of weeks to give it a break. But I'm not doing anybody any good by that. I'm hurting myself. I'm hurting this channel. And I think I'm hurting the people who, believe it or not, depend on this channel as a resource. And to me, that's humbling anyway. It's like, why is everybody following me? Why is that? Because I only started this channel. I don't even know why I started it. I started it because I just needed to vent. And I never expected it to go the way it has. And you know what? I know this channel should be bigger. I know it should be, and that's my own fault. And I've taught and I've spoken to some very popular people on YouTube who have a lot more subscribers than me. 200,000, 500,000, 700,000 subscribers. And they all said the same thing. You need to keep putting out content. The more content you put out, the more successful you're going to be. Now, if my content was complete shit, doesn't matter what you put out. Nobody's going to watch it anyway. But, you know, the people I've talked to have said they didn't reach the numbers I've reached many times as quickly as I did. Talking just some dude in Florida talking into his webcam, okay, about his life, and then to expand this channel into other stories. And you know what? I got a lot of these ideas from watching a lot of other YouTubers. You know, the successful ones like Stefan Molyneux, who does something very similar. And Sandman's another good one. And, you know, you got guys like Scariest Movie Ever, who I brought up several times, who runs a very successful live stream and videos about Illuminati and stuff. A lot of stuff I don't agree with, but a lot of stuff I do. And I don't have to necessarily agree with everything every one of those YouTubers say or does. Okay, but I understand why they're doing it. I've made it perfectly clear that this is my career, this is how I'm going to make money. So if I'm going to spend the day making videos, what is the problem with that if this is now my full-time job? I don't understand. And what it's based in is jealousy a lot of times, which you know is obviously a big narcissistic trigger for them. Okay, jealousy in the fact that they would like to be able to do this or start a channel on their own, and they just don't either have the talent or the balls to do it themselves. But they want to sit back in the weeds and try to tear you down. Same thing all of us have dealt with, who have dealt with actual narcissistic abuse, have dealt with. So if I were to call somebody up at their job, where they work 40 hours, and say, you're only working your job for the money, why are you spending so much, why are you spending 8, 9, 10 hours a day at your job? They look at you like you're crazy. You know, and people just think that this should always just be absolutely free. And it still is, because it doesn't cost anybody a single solitary cent other than your internet connection to watch YouTube. I don't demand anybody contribute. I don't make it a condition of me making a video for you. I mean, I made a bunch over the last 2 or 3 days, and there were plenty in there that were without a contribution. Plenty. Because I understand not everybody can contribute, and not everybody has the money. But there are people who need help. So if other people can make money on YouTube, whether it be through Patreon or just the ads or PayPal donate or GoFundMe, why can't I do it? Because of what I'm talking about? Because I'm talking to abuse victims? Now, I understand I'm not a doctor and I'm not a therapist, and thank God for that, because no doctor or therapist is going to stand there and give it to you straight in a 10 to maybe hour-long video, and you'll be able to walk out of there with some semblance of clarity of what happened to you. I have made 300 videos thus far. I think this could be my 301st video. And I have yet to have one person I've made a video for tell me I got it all wrong, I don't know what I'm talking about, I ripped them off, that I took their money and didn't deliver what I've promised. Every single video I've made for somebody, people have been more than happy to utterly ecstatic. And I'm not saying that, you know, to pat myself on the back or to toot my own horn, but that is the reality. And there are so many friggin' jealous haters out there. So many haters that just get off on people's misery. And they don't want to see you succeed. And they don't want to see you get better. And they just want you to be mired in the misery. And then they want to sit there and act like they're going through it with you too. Meanwhile, they're doing all the subliminal little messages, trying to throw you off track, make you second guess yourself. Not anymore. No more. And I've said this numerous times on this channel. I am not here to trifle back and forth and get into little internet disputes with a bunch of fucking trolls. I'm not going to do it. The few times I have done it, they've been very successful. And I think, I'm not saying this as a threat, it's just reality. I think I've proven several times that if you really get me annoyed and I make a video about you, you're not gonna like it. You're not gonna like it. But I've done my best to avoid going back and forth with individual trolls on the internet until my hand is forced. And though the level of what's kind of gone on today would normally force my hand, not yet. I'm going to be fair about this. Normally I would just delete it, kick you off my channel, ban you, nobody's ever going to see your fucking comment again. But I'm also getting messages from some of the people I'm helping that these same people are going to them, you don't know what he's talking about, he's ripping you off, on and on and on and on and on. No more. No more. So what I'll start is my videos of shame. I get more messages. If I continue to get messages like I've gotten over the past few days and I've gotten in the past, or if I see my subscribers' minds and the people that truly trying to get better, if I see their minds being screwed with, I'm going to blow you up on this channel. I'm going to blow you up on this channel with a link to your YouTube account. Because if you like trolling so much, then you can deal with some of the trolling on your own for yourself. Because when I actually have to be forced to read some of this shit, you're not going to be happy with it. You're not going to be happy with it. Telemarketing. Could have been another troll. I'm not putting up with this. I'm not. To me, this channel is too important. It is my future, and it is the future of the people who watch it. It's shining some light so some people can get better and know what the hell happened to them. But there are too many fucking people out there that just want to hate and don't want to see people get ahead, out of jealousy, out of fear, out of paranoia. No way. You want to unsubscribe? Go ahead. Go ahead. I could care less. As long as my views are there, it doesn't matter how many goddamn subscribers I have. Because my views just keep going up and up and up. Despite the breaks in videos from time to time, based on you people trying to screw with me and even making me second guess myself. No more. Not gonna happen. You want to unsubscribe? Bye. I don't care. I never really cared about subscribers. I cared more about views anyway. And as the channel grows, the subscribers will be made up for anyway. Once you get to a certain level, it's not going to matter. And I've said this before, and I'll say it again. You might not like the way I operate. You might be jealous of it. And I know you don't like it. I know you don't like it. And I know you people think, even the ones who haven't sent me a message today, who are like that. You know I'm talking to you. I don't care. You might not like it, but you better learn to love it. because I'm going nowhere. Nowhere. I will help anybody, regardless. But everybody has a right to make a living. And I found something that I actually have an ability to do based on my real life experience. So if you have such a big problem with that, kick rocks. Kick rocks. I don't care. To the left with that shit. I ain't listening to it anymore. I don't care. You don't want to watch my channel? Don't. You think I'm putting out too many videos trying to media whore? Not my problem. Not my problem. Nobody's forced to watch every video when I'm put it out. That's the great thing about YouTube. You can watch it on your own time. But that's not what it's about. It's about the content getting too close to home, and that's not my problem. It's yours. So, trolls, if you'd like to continue, be my guest, but be prepared for the response video until it gets through your head that this isn't going to stop. You're not going to dissuade me. You're not going to dissuade my followers and subscribers who are actually legitimately here trying to get answers and find a way out. Because you don't want to see anybody move ahead in life and get better, because you are a miserable, bitter motherfucker. Kick rocks. To my people who follow me, and your kind words and all, believe me, you mean more to me than you can ever imagine. And it is humbling that so many people put so much stock in what I say. Because for 40 years, nobody gave a shit. Nobody cared. I was made to feel dumb and stupid, and it's just not that way. So, onwards and upwards, and I'll see you trolls when you cross the border. But you're not going to like it. So, be warned. All right, everybody. Thank you again for a very good day, and still here if you need a video made. So let's bring this to where we need it brought to. Send me your story. You guys know how to do it. And I'll see you all soon. Bye.